Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Anthony with a quick video on my Rocket Espresso accessories. So from left to right, I have the 500 ml matte white pitcher. I have the premium tamper, which comes separate because the machine does come with a tamper, but it's not as heavy or chrome like that one. The tamping station, as well as the knockbox. So the frothing pitcher is pretty much just a basic pitcher. Really, there isn't anything to it. So let me just fix the camera because of the color. Really, there isn't anything to it. It's just a white pitcher, matte white. That's pretty much the only difference about it. Other than that, it works just like a regular pitcher. So Rocket does sell this one in matte black, matte white, and chrome. The chrome one does also come in a larger size, which is something that I'll probably end up buying in the future. But at the end of the day, a pitcher is a pitcher. So depending on if you need it or not, you might want the Rocket brand one to go with your machine. Pretty much what I did, I bought all the Rocket branded accessories, which, in the video I'll show you wasn't the best idea for certain things. So then we have the premium tamper. So this thing's really nice. It's really shiny. It's branded really well. It looks good. It feels good, and it works good. I actually didn't use the original tamper that came with my machine, so I can't tell you the difference how it was. But previously I have used other machines, and this tamper is just like night and day in terms of weight. And it just, it's meant for the machine, it's meant for the portafilter, so it works good. Moving on, we have the tamping station. So this here is one of the only things that I have from Rocket that I actually don't like. So the configuration it's in right now is good if you're left-handed. You can actually just flip everything around. So everything comes off and can just be configured either way. So this is the normal way that I would normally use it because I'm right-handed, so it just works better for me like this. But if you are left-handed, you do have the option, which is great. So now there's a few things that I don't like about this. This tamping mat and tamping station is extremely small, in my opinion. I make coffee in an area where there's not much space in front of the machine. And I find that, if I'm doing something and water splashes out of the portafilter, it will, come onto here. This will get wet. It's great in the sense that it has a spot for your portafilter to rest, which is perfect because it's meant for it and it fits nicely. The only problem is that water gets on here, over here, over here, and the biggest issue is inside here. So inside here, this is a sponge, which is, it's cool. It's got a soft feel. You're not going to ruin your portafilter or anything. It's nicely branded. It's made very well. The biggest issue is that this sits in front of my machine, water splashes out into here, it looks dry to the touch, or it feels dry. It feels dry to the touch and it looks dry. The only problem is when the water is in here, the tamper being so heavy, weighs down on it, and, a little bit of water will get on it. Then I grind my beans, they go into the portafilter, and I go to tamp them down, and to my surprise, there's, the beans are a little wet on top, and it just drives me nuts. So this thing to me is I thought it would have been awesome. I was so happy to get it, and I just thought that it was the worst thing to use after. It just doesn't seem like something that you would want unless you're really going for that look. Another thing was this thing seems gigantic. The tamper holder has so much space and it doesn't fit very nicely. So what I ended up getting was a longer tamping mat, probably about 2 or 3 times the length of this. Sits under my machine perfectly. It's much thicker. It's easy to clean. It's just silicone. You just throw it in the sink or the dishwasher, and then I keep this thing just off to the side. It's just a little silicone mat, and this fits my portafilter perfect. Fits my portafilter. Fits my tamper perfectly, and it's great. When I have to clean it, wash it, this is out of the way of the machine. I keep it off to the side for when I'm ready to tamp, and that keeps this clean and dry, which is my number one thing. Other than that, though, the tamping station is great. I did use it, and I do like that I have this because now I don't have this on my current tamping station or tamping mat. And, I could take this off and just put it on there. It's just, I don't see it as being a necessity. I guess this is good for maybe training purposes or learning things along those lines. But anyways, I wouldn't recommend it, but I would recommend all the other things that I'm showing you. And then lastly, well, not lastly, but I also have the Rocket knockbox. So as you can see, it's branded with Rocket. It's very shiny, matches the machine, and it looks really good. So you have two nubs on the side, or two bolts. You could actually just unscrew this, long screw will come out, and this pops off, and you can just wash it very easily. So when I first got this, in my mind, I thought it was going to be too small for using at home, like, you know, because I do make a few espressos a day, maybe like anywhere from 2 to 5, let's say between me and my wife, or if people come over, it could be even more, maybe 10, 12, whatnot. So I thought that this would be a very small size. Initially, I kind of saw the Breville one, the big one, and I thought it looked cool and this and that, but to be honest with you, after using this, I empty it out maybe like every 1 to 2 days, and it never fills up. You know, you don't want to keep your grinds in it for too long because you don't want it to stink up the house and go moldy or anything like that. So I'm emptying them out, trying to empty it out daily every couple of days, and that's great. It's never filled up, never any issues. On the bottom, it has a little bit of a non-slip surface, so you can, you know, smash this thing. It's not going to dent your counter or crack anything, break anything, and it's great, and it's very easy to clean. It's a very simplistic design, and it looks nice. You know, and sitting next to the machine, it's got a very sharp look to it. So that's pretty much it for these things. I also have a bottomless portafilter, which I'll show you. So the bottomless portafilter is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's bottomless. This is a 3-shot basket. To be honest with you, I thought I would use it much more than I did, but I don't. I use the single quite a bit because I make mostly coffee for myself, or, you know, for my wife, or for both of us. So I'm never really using this one. But it's just very well made. Like, everything that Rocket has is solid. Like, you know, the handle is solid. You know, it's all like chrome plated brass or nickel plated brass or whatever it is. And it's just very well made, and it looks nice, and it's got a good feel to it. So that's pretty much it for my Rocket accessories. Just wanted to do a quick video. I know when I was, you know, on the market for a machine, I really wanted the Rocket, and I was looking online for, you know, videos of accessories and things of that nature. And there wasn't really much to come across, so I thought I would just post the video, and hopefully, you know, that helps. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Thanks.